Hi, I'm Mark, and today I want to talk about, as it seems so not so United Kingdom when it is about the king. On May 6th, Charles is officially crowned King of Great Britain, a day the monarch had to wait a long time for, and now it's probably overshadowed by several protests. Many Britons do not agree that the pompous event is financed by their taxpayers' money. Rarely is the monarchy celebrated as pompously and conspicuously as at the coronation of King Charles III. That is why opponents of the monarchy also want to make their rejection visible at the major royal event. It will be the biggest protest we've ever done, but not the last. That was said by Graham Smith, head of the anti-monarchy organization Republic, announced in the British newspaper The Times. So far, more than 1,350 people have pledged to protest on May 6th. During Charles and his wife Camilla's coronation parade, the group will be visible in Trafalgar Square and along the procession route with yellow placards and shouts of "Not my king." However, no tactics will be used that would block or severely disrupt the processes. That doesn't look good and doesn't help the goal either, according to Smith. So he's brighter than Extinction Rebellion. We want to stand out and make it clear that there is a Republican movement and that we are not a nation of royalists. We have megaphones and an amplifier. We shouldn't be overheard, he said. According to its own statements, Republic received significantly more donations than before after the death of Queen Elizabeth II last year. According to the Times report, the group received around £106,000 in donations in 2020 and more than double in 22 with 286,000. This year we want to top that again, said Smith. The popularity could also have something to do with the fact that the large proportion of Britons refuse to have to pay for the coronation. In a recent survey by the market research institute YouGov, 51% of more than 4,200 respondents stated that the state should not pay the costs for the event. Just under a third, with 32%, spoke in favor of it. Among younger Brits between the ages of 18 and 24, more than 60% are against it. In fact, Charles and Camilla's coronation, which is set to take place at London's Westminster Abbey on May 6th, will be funded by taxpayers, although the exact sum is unlikely to be known until after. According to Britain's PA news agency, the event could cost £50 to £100 million. The coronation of Queen Elizabeth II in 1953 therefore cost £912,000. That would equate to a cost of £20.5 million by today's standards. Although Charles has announced that he wants to make the ceremony simpler and more modern than some historical coronations, tradition demands a certain degree of pomp. Various symbolic royal insignia are used at the coronation and the subsequent parade, including 5 swords, which have different tasks of the monarch, the ring of the sovereign, special bracelets, and, of course, the crowns. King Charles, who is also the head of the Anglican Church, receives a special gift from Pope Francis, by the way. The pontiff gives him 2 splinters of the Holy Cross on which, according to the Bible, Jesus was once crucified. Measuring 1 centimeter and 5 millimeters respectively, the fragments were incorporated into the Cross of Wales, which is said to lead the coronation procession at the ceremony. Well, you can stand to King Charles however you want. Of course, there have always been Republicans, but it was expected that after the death of Queen Elizabeth, we always thought about this while she was still alive, because of her high age. People would not be as close to the monarchy as with her because of the new king. But I personally think Charles did much better than most people, including me, expected when he took over. And I don't think that this is a very big protest, and I don't see a very big opposition to the king there. But it is a problem that in a kind of a crisis that the UK is in, or I have to say crises, spending £100 million, if that in the end would really be the amount from the taxpayers' money, is indeed not the best sign. But of course, on the other hand, you have to make a calculation afterwards. The coronation will definitely bring in a lot of taxes just for all the people coming to London at the time. So I don't know the calculations yet. I talked about them for some other events at the time when that happens, but we will not know until after the May the 6th how it will be with this one. But the sign is a bit problematic, but I think that the people in the UK also need a big party for once. After all the negative things I have to talk about recently, that is something important. And for the people who are in favor of monarchy, that is an important day, and give them that day. And we talk about the costs and income later. And here in Germany, a lot of people are fans of British royals, and just from the Yellow Pages point of view, they love it. And I'm a Republican myself. I'm glad Germany is a republic. We didn't do very well with our monarchs. And nevertheless, I'm not opposed to King Charles at all. And I'll see you in my next video. I'll be back.